Hi again, welcome to the channel and hello again to return viewers. This is the second rapid review I'm doing this week and I'm a bit slow picking up this one. This is Saga Volume 12, which collects chapters 67 to 72 of the Saga comic, which comes out bi-monthly, I believe. I was making a calculation in my head the other day and I posted on social media that I've been reading these collected Saga volumes for about 20% of my life and it's still not approaching the end. I'm not sure how much longer this is going for. I just worry that this Saga will finish after I do. So basically, for the uninitiated, Saga is a science fiction drama, graphic novel or comic, as you might say in the older days, series, which chronicles the love affair and family of Marco and Alana, who are like star-crossed lovers from the opposite sides of a galactic war. One of them is from Reith, which I believe is the planet with people with horns and use magic, and the other one is from Landfall, which the people have wings. I may have that run the wrong way. I haven't done a lot of research today. Anyway, so the Alana and Marco met during a war. There's basically a war which both sides, Reith and Landfill, have basically outsourced to the rest of the galaxy because they don't want to wreck their own planets. So there are various empires, kingdoms and armies fighting on each side. And Alana and Marco get together, and their union produces a child called Hazel, who has aspects of both cultures, wings and horns. And she is seen as an abomination by the powers that be, and all sorts of people have been after them: military, media, freelancers, which are basically mercenaries, and they've been chased across the galaxy over the previous 11 collected volumes. The series was put on hiatus for a few years earlier. They came back in like 2023, and I understand it's been put on hiatus again at the moment, which just kind of continues my alarm that this series may never end in my lifetime. It is written by Brian K. Vaughan, who is a big name in comics these days. It's written expertly, with a hint of sarcasm, but with a lot of emotion and sentimentality as well, I believe, for family things and life and death and loss, that type of thing. And the art is by the excellent Fiona Staples. It's kind of, I think it's digitally painted, full colour art. She can go a long way into the extremes, but she has a light touch as well. No complaints about the writing or the artwork in this one. So basically we catch up with Alana, her daughter Hazel, and the young robot gentleman called Squire, who they've kind of adopted in the last couple of volumes, and they're still on the run, hiding, and they've settled at a flying space circus or carnival, where they have little roles within that. Alana is like a ringmaster type thing, and her daughter has another role. They seem to have settled into that life there and hidden, but things are conspiring against them. There are other carnies, or whatever you'd like to call them, working on the circus, which are getting suspicious of their backgrounds, and they start to rat them out to the authorities. Alana seems to be getting into a relationship with another gentleman there, but can he be trusted? Maybe he's one of the people ratting them out. Meanwhile, the Will, who is one of the mercenaries, is in a bad state. He seems to have lost everything, and he basically spends most of this volume in a drug-induced haze. I think they actually explicitly state it's heroin, I believe. And Squire, the young robot boy or robot-headed boy, I'm not sure how they explain it. It's like the robot kingdom is one of the powers in the war, and they're very easily recognised by having screens as heads. Various screens, they wide screens, short, round screens, whatever. More grandiose they are in the empire's hierarchy, the bigger the screen they have on the head. Basically, Squire is basically just a young boy with a small screen for a head, and he is facing some dark things, brooding, getting depressed, and he starts to self-harm. So Alana takes advice of one of their former other carnies to send him away on some type of, I assume, camp type thing to sort him out. This faces some resistance for some people. Meanwhile, Hazel finds a new friend at the circus called Emesis, who is a kind of big spider human hybrid, much like the Stork, who was another mercenary in earlier volumes. And Emesis is kind of like a goth spider person. So they become fast friends. And not a hell of a lot more happens than what I've described. At the end, there's a major political change. One of the powers in the war switch sides, which leads to all sort of consequences for other people that have been touched by the Alana and her family. So, like I say, it's interesting to be back with these characters again and see what they're up to, or what they've been up to, and what's going on in the world. But I really feel like the last few volumes has been kind of peddling this story since the death of Marco. Alana's been on the run with her family, and it's just been the same sort of thing over. I'm just hoping that the political change in the end of this volume has some type of significance to pushing the story forward, perhaps. So that is pretty much my view on Saga Volume 12. Now, along with these collected floppy editions, you can get a big hardcover volume which covers up to a certain chapter. And I believe there are thicker softcover versions which contain the entire story up to a certain point as well. So anyway you like it, it's worth your read, but please finish this series in my lifetime. Okay, so that is Saga Volume 12 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Okay, back shortly with another review. Cheers.